Ladies and gentlemen, we are alive. Big time game tonight between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Buffalo Sabres. This game, another sellout in Buffalo. You absolutely love to see it. It's going to be a very fun game tonight. They're doing a little pregame ceremony here showing Tage Thompson and Rasmus Dahlin getting ready for the Olympics, and Doug Allen now to sing the anthems. Big ovation from the crowd, as always, for Dougie. We have finally gotten the scoreboard in my control now, so if I forget to update the score, you guys in the chat, let me know. So I already know I'm gonna forget eventually, so if I forget to do anything with the scoreboard, goal-wise or power play-wise, let me know, and I will fix that immediately. But we're doing the anthems right now. It's going to be a fun night. Thank you guys for joining today. We have our poll there as well. Prime, how's it going? If you guys are in here, drop a hello in the chat. I'll shout you guys out. Massive game for the Sabres. A win. 2 points would get them into second place in the Atlantic going into the Olympic break. That would be electrifying. A loss, they'd still be in a playoff spot, still be in a decent spot, but man, they could use another win today to boost that confidence going into a break, going into a 3-week break where they could sit back, relax, and know that they are in a good spot. A loss, not really like that, right? You're still a little bit of a cushion, but you're going to be a little bit more concerned and maybe a little more stressful of a break. Unfortunately for the Sabres, Josh Norris still unable to return. Zach Benson, same goes for him. Both guys should be ready to go after the Olympic break. Connor Timmins, they said, will probably be skating by then, but still not able to rejoin the team. Justin Danforth will, at least they said, should be able to rejoin the team, at least at practice after this break ends. Yuri Kulik, the jury's still out on him. We don't know exactly what is going to happen with him, if he will play at all this year, but very exciting time. We'll have to continue to monitor Alex Tuch and his situation, see if he signs during this break or, if he doesn't, it looks like he's probably going to be a guy that's a trade candidate going into the deadline, which is March 6th. So that's coming up quicker than you'd think. It's still a whole month and a day away, but with this break, it's only a few games away. How's it going? Remy's, how's it going? Knockout Crosby. Yeah, Crosby, always been a Buffalo enemy since that original Winter Classic game. Exo, how's it going? Yeah, obviously I can't show the game with the copyright, but hopefully you guys can hear it a little bit. I have my volume turned up to about the loudest I feel comfortable with without getting copyrighted, so I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background or not, but they're doing the little chant there to shout out the lineup. Beck Malenstein did that tonight. Sabres in the goat heads, so I'm wearing the goat heads. I try to match the jersey. Still don't have the traditional away Sabres jersey, though. That's the one I am missing, but I have a few alternates that I wear for away games. Yeah, I definitely need a quick start here. And like I said, delayed start tonight because they did a little bit of a ceremony for the Olympic guys, and I think every team's done that, or at least most teams I've seen on their last game before the break. I saw the one with Florida, and they had, 11 players that are going to the Olympics. Would have been 13 if all the countries were allowed to participate and they didn't have injuries, so that's kind of nuts. But we're underway. Alex Lyon in net for the Sabres, brushes it off into the corner, and now it is thrown all the way back down into the Pittsburgh end, and Pittsburgh will now bring it back into the neutral zone. Pittsburgh's been one of the feel-good stories in the league, and Lyon way out of his net has to make a blocker save. That's the second time this game he got caught out of his net, and we're only about 40 seconds in. Erik Karlsson keeps it in the zone. I think no Raquel for the Penguins today. That'll be definitely a point of emphasis, something to monitor. Tage Thompson gets the puck now. He flips it out to center ice. And now Pittsburgh and Buffalo will both go for changes. The McLeod line out there for the Sabres. Zucker, Quinn. Owen Power, puck behind his own net, loses it to Malkin, who's been red hot this season. Again, everyone knows Evgeny Malkin's one of the best players in this league, at least when he was in his prime, but I don't think anyone expected him to be firing on all cylinders like he was this season. So there's going to be an icing on the Sabres. Face-off going deep in the Sabres' end. Their keys to the game for this game: special teams, puck management, finish strong. Yeah, pretty much looking at the last game. Power play's got to get better. And, of course, finish strong. They blew the game against the Lightning, but it's hard to be mad. 3 out of 4 points on that Florida trip. How's it going, Victor? How's it going, Kate? Your cousin is coaching for the Bills as a defensive coordinator? You're saying your cousin's Leonard? That's kind of insane. That's sick, though, if that's true. Very happy with that hire. We'll talk about the Bills more at intermissions, of course, on here. Quick turnover, and now Zucker takes it back into the zone. He scores! Jason Zucker picks the top corner off a Penguins turnover, and just like that, less than 2 minutes into the game, Sabres up 1-0. Look at this. I can hit the button, too. Bang. Goal, Sabres. Kate, that's awesome. That is... Hopefully he succeeds. I'm very excited for that Bills defense this year. Sawyer, how's it going? Yeah, Victor. Doug Allen always crushes that anthem. Yeah, there's our quick start. Penguins win the draw, dump it down deep into the Sabres' end. Michael Kesselring has the puck in the corner. He took a night off the other night. Lindy Ruff said it was because of some changes in his game they wanted to make. They said they didn't like a few things that he was doing. Gave him a night off to kind of comprehend it and work on things in practice. He's struggled to adapt to the Sabres system. That was definitely a better player in Utah than he is in Buffalo so far, but he's been dealing with injuries, so I don't think we can really be too critical of Kesselring so far this season. Pittsburgh back up the other way, 2-on-2. A little bit of a revenge game for Jason Zucker, too. Shot in on Lyon, and he's going to make a glove save. That'll be held on there. 17:28 to go in the first. Press conference was sick today, yeah. Kate, I'll try to remember that. So if I'm ever ripping on the Bills defense next year, I'll remember to ease up a little bit. But I definitely like what he's bringing to the table, changing it to a 3-4, emphasizing the run defense, which has been so weak for the last 4 years. We'll see if it works out, though. Sabres kid line out there, Hellenius, Ostlund, and Doan. Hellenius behind the Penguins net. Loses it. Ostlund in for support. Kesselring jumps into the play and keeps it in the zone. Good play by him. Hellenius behind the net. Cycling it back to the point. Kesselring again into the corner. Takes a weird bounce. Ostlund still has it behind the Penguins net. Now he loses it. Good step up by Bryson. Here comes Hellenius with a lane, looking for a passing lane, and it's a good play there to block it in front of the net, and the Penguins will be able to backhand that one out to the blue line. Kesselring regroups in front of Lyon. And now he'll take the puck. Oh, turns it over. Recovers enough to avoid disaster there, but Penguins still have good pressure in the Sabres end. Kesselring back on the puck. Gives it to Krebs to Hellenius, and Hellenius will skate it to the blue line and out. Thompson takes it back into his own end, and the Sabres will look to reset here early on. Jason, how's it going? Byram gets it to Power. Power to the red line. He shoots it all the way in. And now the Penguins will head back the other way. And the Penguins are a very difficult team to beat this year. they will almost always get a point on you. So you gotta play them smart. Great start for the Sabres to go up 1-0. Tage around the inside corner, and his shot deflected up and out of play. 15:47 to go here. And that Sabres goal was on their first shot of the game. So the Sabres continue to have an immaculate shooting percentage. We've seen several times in the last few games, the Sabres having, 20 shots, 18 shots, and they still score 4 to 5 goals. Yeah, Jason, it must be the lucky name getting him the goal there. So face off in deep in the Penguins zone. It's going to be Doan for the Sabres taking the draw. Or actually, McLeod there. McLeod back to Samuelsson. His shot tipped in front, and it's loose and now covered up. Their second shot of the game, not fielded cleanly, but able to stay out of the net there. It looks like, the Penguins have had goaltending issues. I don't think Stuart Skinner would be any better of an option tonight, though, if they elected to go with him. Let me know, you guys, in the chat what you guys think the final score prediction is going to be. Do you guys think the Sabres hold on in front of the sold-out crowd, or do you guys think the Penguins take this one? Quinn along the outside wall. He takes a shot. That goes a little bit wide. Now Samuelsson back at the point. Dahlin up top to Quinn. Finds McLeod. McLeod down low to Quinn. Some good puck moving by the Sabres in front, but there's nobody there. Penguins 3-on-2 back the other way if they hurry. Good defense by McLeod to cut that one off, and it ends up in the glove of Lyon after just a flub pass. He'll hold on to that one. 15-16 to go in the first. We'll head to our first commercial break, maybe. Maybe not. Nope. They pump faked us on the MSG broadcast. 6-2 Sabres. Love to see that. And this crowd's buzzing. You could hear them on the broadcast. Let me know, too, audio levels, if they're too high, too low. Always an experiment with my audio. See some Penguins fans in the crowd, but it's understandable. Pittsburgh's pretty darn close. And it is tough to tell, too. A lot of the yellow in the crowd could be either fan base, but certainly nothing like that Canadiens game the other night where they took over the entire lower bowl. Penguins now a nice rotation in the offensive zone. Deflected shot into the glove of Lyon. He'll hold on to that one again. 15:08 on that whistle. Sabres fourth line out there today. On the shift, Kozak, Malenstein, and Peyton Krebs. Sabres win the draw back to Owen Power. Find Roseanne now on the ice. Down low to Byram. Byram, Malkin hounding him. Roseanne turns it over right at the blue line. Penguins going right in. Backhand pass in front of the net. No one was there. Back to the point, though. Carlson. Back pass. Nice rotation to Malkin. Malkin backhand right in on Lyon. He makes the save yet again with 14:40 to go. Another save held by Alex Lyon, who has been such a great addition to this team this year. I know you guys will probably agree with me when I say if the Sabres were to make the playoffs, that's your game one goaltender, Alex Lyon, hands down, not even close. Although Colton Ellis did play a good game against Tampa Bay. Another shot in, Lyon makes the save, rebound pops right out to Alex Tuck. He'll circle it around the net. And he'll take it across the Penguins blue line. Nice drop pass to Tage, his shot. Big rebound in front of the net, back to the point. Dahlin up top to Tage again, holds it, shoots wide. And now the Penguins will have full possession behind the net. So a couple good looks for Tage Thompson. Turnover in front of the net to Tage. Oh, and he couldn't handle the pass. Alex Tuch, saucer pass right to him. Would have had half the net open if he connected, but could not do so. And now the Penguins avoid disaster. They're going to have a breakout pass. No icing all the way up to Rust. Rust takes down Thompson in the corner. Samuelson behind the net to Dahlin. A Penguins player lost their stick there, so they all went off for a change. Sabres will reset as they change. Dahlin down low to Doan. Doan's going to use his speed to get it up and all the way down into the corner. Doan applies the pressure in the corner. Turnover in front of the net. Hellenius, nice pass to Oslin down low, back to the point. Kesselring's shot goes nowhere, and now 3-on-2 back the other way for the Penguins. Kesselring and Bryson back. Kesselring plays his man off to the side. Good box out and a big hit. And there's a shot in front of the net held onto by Lyon. So Alex Lyon coming up. Big break. Jason Zucker with the only goal so far. Sabres up 1-0. Yeah, and I think he definitely made it with the Panthers the year that he had the big game against the Sabres that was probably the difference maker between the Sabres making it or the Panthers making it a few years ago. Other than that, I don't think he has much, and I don't know how many games he has there, but yeah, it's not much, and you could say the same about the entire Sabres team. Really, I mean, Jason Zucker has some, Alex Tuch has a cup, of course, which is kind of hard to believe. Cup experience. Yeah, Ellis was the goaltender that St. Louis waived. We got Lyon in free agency. And what a pickup he has been. I mean, Alex Lyon has been one of the, I mean, in the beginning of the season, right, Lyon, I continued to say it in every video we did. I mean, he was the only reason why the Sabres were winning games, just stood on his head. Then we went into that kind of losing streak, losing stretch, whatever you want to call it, and he wasn't playing as good, but basically the Sabres were just, kind of leaving him out to dry. Then the Sabres started to score a bunch. The backup goalies weren't playing all that good, but now everything seems to be going well for the Sabres team. Ellis is from Nova Scotia, Canada. Not too far away, I guess you could say, from us, relatively speaking, but still pretty far up there, yep. Yep, Lyon ended up there as well. It's been on quite a few teams now, but looks like the Sabres is going to be his new home for a while if he keeps playing like this. There's a pass in front to Quinn. Oh, and he looked for power backdoor. Probably should have shot it there. Had a good opportunity. Elected to pass it to nobody. Was looking for power. And there's a turnover at the blue line. Regained by Quinn, but another opportunity for Quinn in front of the net. He's got to shoot the puck. That's his one talent on this team is shot, and he just completely a missed opportunity there. Now it's set in front to Quinn, gets a stick on it, and it'll be covered up and held. Silovs with the save. Yeah, very well could be 3-0 right now. And yeah, Lyon's play is just, I feel the most confident with him back there, that's for sure. I think UPL's a little bit too slow to react on some of the longer range shots, and Colton Ellis is just a madman back there. He's flying out of his net. Nothing wrong with it when it works, but Alex Lyon's definitely the most level-headed back there, and quick twitch, always in the right spot. Thompson now sends it all the way into the Penguins' end. It's going to be thrown back down the Sabres' end. It's going to be no icing. So Tuck will take it now, and he will use some of that speed to play it to Krebs. Krebs turns it over, though, and back the other way. Oh, good stick by Tuck to avoid a potential 2-on-1. Now Dahlin will flip it all the way into the Penguins' end. Right behind the net, takes a fortunate bounce for the Sabres, ends up with Thompson. Behind the net, finds Tuck. Tuck shoots one just wide. Tried to pick the top left corner, did not work. Ends up on Thompson's stick into the near corner. That's Beck Malenstein, but Jake Gensel, or not, see who that is there. Pinikov, actually. Sends it over to the corner to Power. Now Roseanne chases Carlson into the corner. Pittsburgh, nice rotation in the Sabres' end. Into the corner, Power putting pressure on in the corner, and Byram gets the turnover. Malenstein gets it the rest of the way out. Roseanne uses his speed, and it goes into the Penguins' bench. If he was able to put that one across to the other side, would have been a partial breakaway for Tyson Kozak, but unable to do so. So we'll have a face-off right outside the Penguins' end. Yeah, Owen Power, just the mental aspect of the game isn't there yet, and it takes a while for defensemen, I know, but it is frustrating to watch because he has all the physical traits, right? It's just he hasn't adapted to the NHL speed yet. There's a long-range shot, could be gloved down and held. So face-off coming up in the Penguins' end. Yeah, sellout tonight. I think it's 19,070 is your average sellout at the KeyBank Center. Odds of us getting Shesterkin, I'd say very, very low. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna get any goalie. If they do, I mean, you'd have to give up on Lyon at that point because I don't think they'd get rid of UPL. And half breakaway the other way, they score. Haynes in his NHL debut scores on a breakaway. Sabres played that one very poorly. Connor Clifton on the ice for the Penguins for that goal. How many times it's Hayes with the goal? How many times do the Sabres allow somebody to get their first career goal or first goal of the season? It was Kesselring and Bryson, and neither one of them went for the puck. Hayes went right by and beat Lyon clean blocker side. Terrible defense, and that's one of those issues you got with this pairing. Zach Metza taken out of the lineup for seemingly no reason. And Kesselring and Bryson, who haven't played together a whole lot this season, chemistry was not there. So, hit the scoreboard there. Penguins goal. So 1-1, we got ourselves a hockey game. Quinn downloaded Dahlin in his own end. Up to McLeod. Samuelson, download to Quinn. Quinn then backhands it to the corner. McLeod couldn't handle it, but he gets it back. Download to Zucker. Zucker plays it right in front of the net, covered up and held. We got a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. It's Jack Quinn in the center of it, so nothing's going to come out of that one. And with 10:01 to go, have an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Sabres. Nice chance again, but Sabres just one bounce away, it seems, on every one of these chances. They're rotating it around, and then the last piece of it, the last shot or the last pass goes awry. And that almost took a crazy bounce off Crosby's stick on Zucker's pass in front of the net on that last play that almost ended up in the net. That would have been something, but Sabres have had a lot of weird bounces this season for goals, and that seems to, happen to teams that are playing their hardest and winning hockey games, right? That's the theme. That's something that the Sabres didn't get a whole lot when they were a very bad team. Tage Thompson now taking the face-off against Crosby, and he wins it. Back to Power. Down low to Byram. Byram jumps into the play, finds Krebs. His shot up and out of play. Whew. Good chance for Peyton Krebs there right in front of the net, but couldn't find a lane, and we'll go to commercial. 9:54 to go in the first. Yeah, women's hockey today. USA beat the Czech 5-1. That was a good game. I watched that one. It was a fun game. Hillary Knight still got the juice on that team, and Josh Dunn's sister Joy Dunn got the second goal of the game, so that was nice to see as well. I think that USA women's team definitely got to be a medal team. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Canada. That'll, of course, be our probably gold medal game, as always, it seems, with the women's teams. But you never know. A team like Sweden or Finland could pop up. I'm very excited for the Olympics. I'm going to try to stream the United States key games in the Olympics on this channel. The only issue is I know they play a lot of games at like 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. and there's a chance I'm at work for those or at school, depending on what time the games are at. But if they are at a reasonable time on a day where I'm home, I will stream those for you guys. So we'll have to take a look. I know the first game, I believe, is against Latvia. We'll not be streaming that one either way because it should be a blowout. But when they play, Sweden, Finland, Canada, even like the Czech or something, I'll try to stream that one if I'm available. Yeah, Canada had their game. Canada had their game still postponed because the Finland women's team. Trying to look who they got beating the drum there. Is it Tage Thompson's dad, maybe? I don't know, but oh yeah, Sawyer, you know it. Almost done. Byram into the corner. Pops right out. Byram way down in the play, but Penguins gain possession of that one. And that's the one problem with the Sabres D-men being very aggressive this season. It leads to odd man rushes back the other way. There's Crosby on a shot, held by Lyon. The unexpected storylines during tournaments/playoffs, yeah. Especially if the Sabres make the playoffs. I watch the NHL playoffs, but I'll be the first one to admit I don't know all the ins and outs of how because the last time the Sabres were in the playoffs, the system was different, right? We had best of 5 series and some rounds, and we had the seeding was different, and it's been hard to really care about the playoffs post Sabres season the last lifetime for me. So it will be interesting to see. Dahlin behind his own net. Ripped up Zucker, delayed offsides. Sabres will have to touch up, and that'll give the Penguins plenty of room to operate at center ice. Rust and Quinn going at it along the boards. Quinn gives them an extra shove right in front of the Sabres net. Nothing comes out of that one. And Matthias Samuelsson will take it to center for the Sabres. He'll find Quinn along the near boards. Quinn skates in. Back to the corner. Samuelsson out to Dahlin. Dahlin, nice little move around to one. Tries to bank it in, but it ends up right back on a stick behind the net. Loose in front of the net, but Zucker was there with 5 Penguins players. They all were right in front of the net, so Zucker wasn't going to win that puck battle. Back into the Sabres end. Samuelsson pinned along the boards, looking for something. He gets tripped up. No call there. Quinn backhands it to Doan. Doan chips it to the red line. Now into the Penguins' end, but Sabres were changing, so the Penguins, alongside Evgeny Malkin, will bring it into the zone. Malkin now. Bad pass, and that one will be chased down. Sabres almost, and now they do get the turnover, but by the time they do, the Penguins are set up defensively, so no odd man rush. Back to the point. Power keeps it in. Power, open lane, takes a shot, and right into the glove. Good save there. Held on to with 8:03 to go. great chance for Owen Power. And that's something that we've seen a lot this year, right? I was talking about the defensemen getting active in the offensive zone. They've been able to kind of step up and take their own shooting lanes. And we've seen Matthias Samuelsson score double-digit goals already because of it. Yeah, Kate, it was a terrible defensive play by Bryson and Kesselring, and he just went right between them for a breakaway, sniped it, blocker side on Lyon. Last 14 playoff motto has been best team win. Yeah, it's anyone but the Leafs for me. That's always the only thing I care about. Byram up top, down low to Power. Back to Byram. Byram, nice move. Behind the net, Byram skates in front, had a little bit of a lane, didn't want to take it. He's right in the middle now, skating around. Back to him, one-timer, that one wide. Good chance there, Power. Down low, but turns it over. So Byram, a whole lot of chances on that one. Ended up getting a one-timer chance, but nothing doing. Now his pass to center ice goes nowhere. Krebs picks it off, though. Good job by Krebs. Sabres reset in their own end. Krebs got to go off for a change. Byram backhands it in. Penguins well set up for that as 4 of their players are already in the defensive zone. And the outlet pass apparently touched a stick at center ice. They say no icing. So Bryson, and he overskates it behind his own net. So this D pairing having a rough time so far. Bryson and Kesselring. The shot in front of the net. Good clear out by Bryson. And the Sabres able to clear it to center. Kesselring back in his own end. Off a stick. A weird bounce. Malenstein into the far corner to Kozak. Kozak and Kevin Hayes going at it. Roseanne now in a battle along the corner. Penguins clear one all the way down the ice. They say no icing again. Kevin Hayes all over Bryson. They get it to Kesselring. Kesselring has some space to get it out. Pops out to Zucker. Zucker unable to corral that one, and Crosby plays it back to his defenseman. Now Crosby will have it again on his stick to center ice. Skates right through a couple, and wrist shot there from Russ. Deflected out by McLeod. 6:11 to go. We'll have a face-off in the Sabres' end. We got 20 people in here right now. Again, if you guys are new here, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. We'll be live for hopefully a majority of the rest of the Sabres games. Not going to promise anything, but I believe we'll be able to do them. Sabres won the draw, but Rust is going to get the puck into the corner. His pass goes to Carlson. Samuelsson picks that one off in the corner, but here we go again. Another turnover. Back to the point. Oh, weird bounce down low to Ross. Carlson behind his own net. So if the Sabres could get it out, they could have an odd man rush. Now they do. 3-on-2 back the other way. McLeod up top to Zucker. Down low to McLeod, and he couldn't get it in front of the net to Quinn. Samuelsson jumps down into the corner to play it. Samuelsson back to the point to Zucker. Zucker shot deflected by Quinn, but just wide. Now the Sabres will look to change. Penguins are probably going to do the same, and now they do. I think that's Witherspoon with the puck. Slides it up top. A nice set play. Hellenius just got absolutely dogged there by Malkin for the puck, but defenseman change for the Penguins, unable to keep that one in, and the Penguins will have to reset in their own end. Hellenius gives his guy a bump by the Penguins bench. Not the most physical player, obviously, still being super young. There's a wrist shot deflected by Owen Power, up and out of play. 5:01 to go. We'll go to commercial. When we come back, defensive zone draw for the Sabres. Yeah, Kate, that's crazy. Hopefully in the Buffalo football family for a while. Hopefully a Super Bowl comes with that, but still a lot of work to be done with the Bills, and we'll be making a lot of Bills content this offseason, of course. A lot of questions still unanswered, but at least we got our coaching staff now, and everything's kind of ready to start the offseason process after the Super Bowl on Sunday. Give me your Super Bowl predictions in the comments right now. I'm in the chat. Who do you guys got winning? Personally, I got the Seahawks winning. I think as long as they play their game, should be a pretty simple win for them. I think New England's offense has just been atrocious down the stretch this year. Their defense is really good, but if the Seahawks could go up on them early, I don't see New England coming back. So I have Seattle winning that one pretty easily. The gap between the Sabres' 2 trips to the Stanley Cup Finals is 24 years. Jeez. Yeah. Not a whole lot of success for the Sabres, right? Like, if you look at it in that way. But if you look at their franchise win percentage, I know everyone's seen that chart of when Terry Pegula bought the Sabres. It is dramatically a downward stem since that moment, right? It is just like a top tier franchise, and then it's like Terry Pegula bought the team, it just plummets. And many more factors have gone into that, of course, but that's kind of the turning point. Oh, Prime's got the Pats winning huge. Okay. I don't know about that, but maybe. I'm not gonna judge anyone's picks until the game happens, right? You never know. And Super Bowl's a big moment. You could have star players crumble. So there's a chance Sam Darnold, gets nervous, throws 5 picks, and game over. So Thompson on the draw against Malkin in the Sabres end. Thompson, another face-off win. This time tried to get it out of the zone himself and does. Gets it up to Tuck. Tuck across the blue line. Down low to Tage. He got slashed. No call there. Still has it behind his net. Byram steps up. Gets it to Krebs. To Tage. Takes a weird bounce, but back down low to Krebs. Krebs working it behind the net. Gives it to Byram. Now he's got it pinned. Penguins end up with the puck after that battle, though, and they get it out to center. Krebs fans on the backhand clearance, but good job by Tuck to follow up. Now he'll get it to Power. Power slides it around the net to Byram. And easy out for the Sabres. Krebs to center to Tuck. Mini 2-on-1. Tuck to Thompson. Oh, he just missed the net. Touched up, but we're going to have a Sabres power play coming up. Owen Power got clipped by a high stick, they're going to say. So Sabres will head to their first power play of the game. Shots are even at 8 apiece with 4:06 to go here in the first. Yeah, Victor, that's tough. It's going to be Malkin on the penalty. Right. Yeah, 2 minutes, hit him right in the mouth with that high stick. So let's see if the Sabres can make him pay here. Penalty kill, 3rd in the league, 1st on the road. Going to be a very difficult challenge for this already tough to watch Sabres power play. Sabres won the draw, but that doesn't last long. Penguins immediately cleared out of the zone. And this power play is just so bad. I mean, hopefully they make me eat my words, but zone entry, Dahlin to center. No drop pass there. He's going to take a shot, but it's deflected and immediately cleared yet again. And that's kind of the two things they do, right? It's either Dahlin takes it into the zone and immediately shoots it in the corner wide, or he drop passes it and it gets turned over in the process. So here's the drop pass. They're going to try the second of 2. Thompson now gets it and immediately turned over and shot down the ice. So what do you know? We've tried both of our only 2 setups on the power play. 0 for 2. Already almost halfway done with it. Now Bowen Byram on the ice. Let's see what this unit can do. He'll drop it back to McLeod. McLeod immediately stripped at the blue line and turned over back down the ice. So what do you know? The power play continues to do the same thing all season long and the same results. Your idiocy. I mean, this is just... Here we go again. McLeod turns it over at the blue line and all the way back down the ice. They don't even attempt to get it set up. They just skate it on in and hope that 1 out of 30 chances get by. Drop pass at the blue line, turned over, and all the way back down the ice. Mauer drops it to Tuck. Tuck with some space into the corner now. Puck bounces on him a little bit, and the Penguins are going to have a lane to clear it, but Krebs gets the turnover, and finally, with 10 seconds to go, the Sabres get it set up. Dahlin up top to Krebs. Back down to Tuck. 2 seconds, Tuck in front to the bumper spot. It's going to be cleared out, and almost got Malkin right out of the box. He's going to end up with it behind the net. Good stick by Lyon to poke check him behind the net. And now Dahlin will get it up. It's like Peyton Krebs around the outside. Malenstein back to the point. Samuelson and Kozak blocks his shot. Penguins back the other way, 2-on-2, but they're going to look to change. Crosby keeps the puck at the blue line. Nice backhand pass, but it jumps up. And Samuelson will backhand it all the way down the ice. No icing. Minute 30 to go here in the first. Malenstein gets clipped at the blue line. No call there. Now Tage back out there. His exit pass in front of the net, and they score. Hayes again, his second goal of the night, second goal of his career. A fortuitous bounce off the end boards. And Hayes, with 1:13 to go in the first, puts the Penguins up 2-1. Wow. Once again, the Sabres power play is a net negative. Tage Thompson, bad clear there, and a nice behind or between the legs pass there from Mantha. And Lyon just was it not even close to getting it with the glove. A nice quick shot, top glove corner. And Thompson just a meltdown on that play. Didn't cover him in front of the net and failed to get it out of the zone. So that one's on him. Avery Hayes, 2 goals. The most Sabres way. So Sabres would be lucky to get out of the Spirit only down 1 the way they've been playing these last few minutes. McLeod, center ice, and there's a good bounce. There's going to be a penalty. Zucker draws it. Touched up by the goaltender there. And with 1 minute and 1 second to go, we're going to have another Sabres power play. That Sabres power play thing up because they were only off it for a couple seconds. All right, let's see if the Sabres can get a power play goal here. That would be big to get them back in the game. Back to the point. Down low to Thompson. Thompson shoots one right into the glove. Save. But with only a minute left, you'll take that, right? Quick shot. Get it reset up again here. Sabres could really, really use a power play goal here. It's going to be Zucker on the faceoff. He's going to get tossed from the faceoff. It's going to be Thompson to take it now. So that's my number one need is somebody that's good on the faceoffs and good at power plays for the trade deadline. I think that's the biggest weaknesses by far. Penguins immediately clear it off the draw because of their incompetence on faceoffs. Dahlin drop pass to Tage. Tage drops it to Quinn. Quinn circle pass to Doan. Down low to Quinn. Tage. Now Zucker back to the point. They get it set up here. Dahlin. 28 seconds to go in the period. Up top to Quinn. Gets it back to Dahlin. I don't know if they know they only have 20 seconds. They're going super slow here. Tage. Down low to Dahlin. Dahlin shot blocked, but it goes right back to him. His pass blocked by Rust, and now it's cleared outside the zone. And Thompson's going to have to chase after it. Only 8 seconds to go on the power play. They're going to have to do a quick Pass in, and they do. Quinn, 3 seconds. Somebody's got to shoot it. Zucker takes a shot up and out of play with 1 second left, maybe. The horn goes. They'll have a minute to go in the power play when they come back, but atrocious end of that period. Still 2 periods to go, though. Sabres still in this game, but these injuries are really stacking up, obliterating the power play units with no Benson and no Norris tonight. Yeah, Jason, it's Lion. All right, I'll be back for the second period. Thank you guys for joining. I will see you then. We are back for the second period. Got like a minute left till they drop it. Sabres will have about a minute left on their power play. Down 2-1 to start this period. Stilovs, yeah, had a decent year so far. We'll see if he is any good the rest of the game. Looks like Brian Duff might have the night off. Yeah, Megan Chaika alongside Marty Baron. I'm trying to look for the clock here to see how much time left until they drop the puck in the background, but players are back on the ice, so it should be about a minute and a half. Yeah, kids going crazy in the background of their little setup they got there. I always like how they got that, just so, you know, if you're in the exact right spot, you can be seen on the broadcast. Sabres need a strong period here, though. You cannot fall multiple goals behind this Penguins team because they can shut down in the third period. They can shut you down, just box up at the blue line. So got to go into the third period on a roll. Puck drop momentarily. Sabres, again, will have about 59 seconds to go on their second power play of the game. The first one was atrocious. Second one, a couple shots, nothing too close. But yeah, we're taking a look at that replay from the first where Quinn had a good shot opportunity and just tried to pass it. Owen Power was not on the same page. Yeah, Avery going crazy. I don't get it. A very Sabres thing to do to let someone score not only their first, but their second goal ever in their first game against them. Right? Yeah, I don't see Duffer there. Must have the night off. I don't know. There are rumors he's getting a haircut though, so that could very well be the reason why I just had a haircut appointment during the game today. Don, how's it going? Yeah, no Elijah tonight again. Peanut butter shout out. But here we go. Ringside with Razor, they're showing, but getting ready to go for the second period. What we call a crucial period. Sabres' first power play unit out there. Ruff's just getting things sorted out here before we start, and pump fake on the puck drop. There it is. Sabres win the draw. Back to Dahlin in his own end, and here we go. Up and away in the second. Penguins lead the Sabres 2-1. Dahlin drop pass to Tage. Fakes a pass up top. Skates it in. Down low to Zucker. Zucker swings it around the boards. Gets to Doan. Tries to go back down low. It pops right back to him. Now to the point. And Dahlin couldn't keep that one in, but Tage does. And now it gets turned over. This power play is just so bad. It's so reliant on only two guys. Dahlin backhands it around to Tage, to the point to Zucker. Zucker, his pass just stays in. To Doan. Doan gets it to Zucker. Up top to Quinn, takes a shot, blocker save, and that one scurries outside the zone. Only 10 seconds to go on this power play. So at least they got a shot, but just a lot of guys on the power play that have bad puck control skills, and that does not bode well with being on a power play. Now Doan skates through almost everyone, but his pass to Zucker goes awry. Back to Tage. Tage, nifty move around, but we're back to even strength, so he takes a shot off the side of the net. Gets on his rebound, but unable to stay with it, and that'll be the end of the power play, so I'll take that off the screen. Penguins back the other way now. Their third line. That's Connor Clifton down low in the play. Power ends up with it, but Crosby rips him right away. The second Power touches the puck. Good pressure by Oslin at the blue line to get it out. Penguins try to re-enter right away with Crosby. Back to the point, spun around, shot, blocked in front. Tuck. Jamming away at it to get it out. Now he does. Austin with some speed. Stops at the blue line. Nice pass across to Tuck. Tuck down low, tip by McLeod. Not the back out to Tuck. And that shot held on to. 17:57 at the whistle. Sabres will have an offensive zone faceoff. Yeah, Danny, definitely need a better period. That was a nice little chance there in front of the net for Tuck before that whistle. Good pass by McLeod, but haven't been able to figure out anything tonight yet. Malkin gets it out. His pass all the way up into the corner. Darlene touch hit. Ozak puts some pressure down low. Sabres' fourth line has not been all that good as of late. Penguins still have it in the offensive zone. Now Malenstein will have a little bit of time, but drop pass the wrong way. Now it ends up in front of the net. Good save by Lyon. Oof. So Sabres will make a change now, obviously, after the whistle. That fourth line making a couple bad passes there. First one here by Beck Malenstein. Just passed it right to a Penguins player in the corner. That's not where you want to put that puck. Had a clear lane out and miscommunication there, but good job by Lyon to stay with that slot shot. Malkin will stay out there, his line for the Penguins. Meanwhile, the Sabres, they are zoomed in, so I can't tell what line's out there now on Chinnikov. Sabres have the Zucker line out there. McLeod, his drop pass to Quinn, intercepted by Malkin in the Penguins' end, and Malkin will carry it out to center. Pass it down low to Chinnikov. Now up top, and close chance there. And somehow the Penguins keep that in the end. That's Carlson. Nifty move right around McLeod. Takes a shot, and that one chipped just wide by Malkin. So Sabres really looking slow here to start this period, but nice job by McLeod to get that one out. And the Sabres will go off for a change. That'll give the Penguins plenty of time to start a rush back the other way. Owen Power, once again, one step too slow. So the Penguins will be able to get it set up now on the offensive end. Now Power gets it out, and a missed pass there would have led Byram out on a breakaway. Byram able to get a stick on it, though, which prevented an icing. Penguins reset at center ice. Nice hit down low by Kesselring. And Bryson, a nice stick lift. Tuck puts pressure on it at the blue line, and now the Sabres will cycle it back into their own end. Kesselring, his pass up and into the Sabres bench. Have a face-off outside the Penguin zone. 16:13 to go here in the second. Yeah, can't go into the break with a loss. A win puts them in the second in the Atlantic. That would be a great place to be after the break. But a loss, not the worst thing, but makes things pretty dicey post-break. Yeah, definitely, Victor. That was sad to see. Thompson gets tossed from the faceoff, and Tuck has to circle. And it just seems every faceoff for the Sabres, they get tossed. And they don't win faceoffs. They're always getting, maybe 70% lost. It's bad. I think their average is like third worst in the league on faceoffs. So that's something they really have to address at the deadline. It's hard to close out games when you can't win faceoffs, right? Crosby back the other way. He'll backhand it all the way into the corner. Dahlin all over that one. Now Rust and Samuelson battle it back to the corner. Carlson, quick shot in the corner. Doan gets a stick on it. That'll exit the zone just far enough for both teams to change. Penguins will wait for a lane. That pass goes a little bit awry, and now a nice touch pass by Samuelson to get it to Byram. He'll find Hellenis. He'll cycle it around, but the Sabres are going to complete that change, so the Penguins will have an easy clear. Batted down out of the air by, I think that's Alex Tuck. Puck will head off to the bench now for a change. I keep thinking the Sabres are switching up the lines, but they're just kind of changing at different rates. Power behind the net to Byram. Byram leaves it there for Oslin. Nifty move, but Oslin's pass gets intercepted. And now passed up to Roseanne, who turns it right back over in the Penguins' end, and they'll go back the other way. That one off a stick and hit the glass in the bench area, so that'll cause a whistle. 14:40 to go in the second. Still no commercial here, though. Shots are 12-11 in favor of the Penguins. The 50-50, $34,000 tonight and counting. Love it when they call it a sellout and they zoom in on the boxes and they're empty. I don't know if somebody bought a box out and just didn't show up, but maybe. Krebs throws it to the Penguins' end. There's a risky bounce, but Penguins able to hold on to that one, and they'll send it back into the Sabres' end for Samuelson. To Corral gets it over to Dahlin. He'll play it up to Krebs, but can't get any farther than center ice before it's thrown right back into the Sabres' end, and Dahlin will try to do that again, but Malkin strips him of the puck in front to Chinnikov, and Malkin runs into his own guy, Shea, at the blue line, but Chinnikov's going to have a slap shot. Nice block. Up and out of play, but a good job there. Let's see who that was. I think it was Kozak on the block shot. Sabres just, they seem a little bit slower this period. They just haven't really been meshing, kind of just playing keep away at this point. Not really having any offensive success this period. Just trying to stay alive, which I guess is fair enough at home, but you want to see them get a little bit more offensive pressure and chances here. But yeah, they're showing Malkin a lot of points this year, a whole lot of assists. Sabres send it down the ice. That's going to be an icing. Won't matter too much because right off the draw, nobody's going to be too tired out there. Shot's still 12-11. Malkin career against Buffalo, 73 points in 56 games. Pretty good. Face-off power goes down in the corner. Crosby and McLeod battling in the corner now, the near corner. Zucker gets it. His pass picked out of the air by McLeod. McLeod crossed the red line and slap it the rest of the way in. Carlson behind his own net. Gets one out to Rust. And Rust gets it up 2-on-2 for Pittsburgh back the other way. Power following his guy into the corner. That's Mantha. Now slap pass. There goes Zucker. Partial breakaway. He back passes it to Byram. Mano! Missed the net there. Byram had a point-blank chance. And not ideally the guy you want taking that shot, but Byram's had a nice offensive year. Zucker gets it to Quinn. Quinn down low in the corner. Backhand shovels it around to an empty corner, and the Penguins will be able to reset as the Sabres head for a change. Nice chance there by Byram, though. Now it's turned over. Good play by Doan. Doan waits for help. Doan still looking for someone. Just shoots it at the net. There's no one there. Thompson in front and tries to slip it through, but it gets sent all the way down the ice. It's going to be an icing coming right back the other way as Bryson touches up on it. So what a chance that was for Byram, though. Zucker, a nice turnover play. Set Byram up one-on-one with the goalie, but couldn't get it by him. On that play, that last one, Thompson again trying to bank it in off a Penguins defender. That's about the third time the Sabres have tried that today. That line will stay out here for the Sabres. Thompson loses the draw, and And the Penguins are able to clear it. And that one goes all the way down the ice. It's going to be another icing touched up by Bryson. But these are the moments where you need a face-off guy, right? Like these are big-time face-offs, almost halfway through the game. Offensive zone draws. You got a tired line out there for the Penguins. You can't be losing these draws. So Thompson again on the face-off, who's beat Malkin and Crosby in face-offs today. But you need a guy who's solid at face-offs, post-trade deadline. Thompson wins this draw, and they're able to get it set up. And Bryson gets tripped. No call there. 2-on-1 back the other way. Kesselring is the defender. There's a shot. They score. Kindle on the goal. And we'll have to take a look at the replay. I don't know if Bryson slipped or if he was tripped, but a really, really bad game for this Bryson and Kesselring pairing. Yeah, it looked like he kind of just fell down there, got slapped on the thigh with a stick, but nothing in the skates. And Lyon could not make the save, top corner. Penguins goal. 3-1. Sabres just not looking like themselves this game. It looks like Lyon might have got a piece of it on the stick, but it didn't matter. It was not good positioning. Yeah, Victor, I saw that. I don't know how accurate that is or not, but that would be interesting. Sabres got to get this back to a one-goal game by the end of this period. 12 minutes to go in the second. They just can't seem to get any offense going. Missed a couple chances early on and chipped down low to Roseanne. Swings it around to Ostlund. He gets bodied off the puck pretty easily there. And the Penguins back the other way. Roseanne touch pass to Helenius. Helenius back to Roseanne. He gets it over the blue line. There's a nice pass to Helenius, and he bobbles it. Now Malkin gets a piece of it. Nobody's at the point, and the Penguins will be able to clear at center ice. Byram throws a hip check. That one just connects, and Power will take the puck. Helenius back to Byram. Now up to Kozak. Kozak, partial breakaway, but leaves it there for Malenstein. Malenstein behind the net has a guy wide open. It's Power in front of the net, but right into the chest of Silovs. Another one-on-one chance, and just it ends up being Sabres defensemen, and they're just not putting the puck in the corners. A very nice chance there for Power. Good job stepping into the play, but not a good shot placement. And now the Penguins will have some pressure. Malkin circles at the point. Nice pass back to Malkin to Chinnikov. Chinnikov now into an empty corner. That one's played. As the Penguins change. Carlson into the corner. Byram now behind his own net. Gets it to Power. A much-needed Sabres turnover as the Sabres' fourth line was out there for a while. Malenstein chases the puck all the way into the Penguins' end. Now a chips free turnover. Dahlin toe drag shot. That one just wide again. Another great opportunity for a Sabres defenseman. There's Quinn. He takes a shot. Wide again. Misses the net. And that one goes all the way down. But I think we have a delayed penalty, and we do. So the Sabres will be headed to a power play, which we'll see how that goes. But third power play of the game for the Sabres. Absolutely need a goal on this one. Yeah, Jacob Bryson's been atrocious this game. Him and Kesselring. Zach Metz's definitely got to stay in the lineup, as crazy as that sounds. At least we could say the Sabres have a top four definitive defensive core now. They just kind of got to fill in around it. Ben Kindle, another young stud, got called up this year. Yeah, the Penguins just kind of remind me of the Capitals last season, where they just kind of were written off before the year and have turned into one of the best teams in the East. A lot of new faces making noise. Could also kind of pair them with Boston, a team that was kind of slept on coming into this year and even into last year with them, and they were just able to make it work. If the Sabres lose this game, they'll only be 5 points in a playoff spot, which I know, is still decent for Sabres standards, but not all that great. Because they were 8 points only a couple days ago, and they've been winning games too. It's tough. There's so many teams along that bubble line that you can't afford to lose a few in a row. We've seen it's Crosby on a penalty, and he's complaining about it. Now he gets still talking to the ref. Any good food spots in New York or Buffalo? I mean, I think if you want wings, I definitely try Barbell first. I feel like that's kind of the gold standard. Other than that, I mean, if you're looking, let me know what kind you're looking for, if you're looking for anything specific. But if just wings, that'd be the first place I'd start. Sabres power play, 0 for 2 tonight. Both power plays have been subpar at best. Zucker on the face-off, he loses it, but Quinn fights it out of the corner and gets it back to Dahlin. Most productive thing I've seen Quinn do in about 10 games right there. Nice play back to the point. Now Doan, back to Quinn. Down low to Doan. Back to Quinn. Back to the point. Quinn, one-timer. Oh, and that one deflected into the corner. Zucker now backhands it down low to Tage. All the way into the corner for Quinn. Back to the point to Dahlin. Back to Quinn, near boards. Rotates up top. Quinn around one, using that speed. Behind the net, back to the near boards. To Thompson. Thompson in the corner. His pass goes nowhere, blocked in front. Doan fights for it, gets it back to the point for Quinn. Quinn takes a shot, and that one bounces behind the net. Tage now has to slide it to the point, back to Quinn again. Already best power play they've had in months, I'd say. Down low to Doan. To Dahlin at the point. Need a goal here. Down low to Doan. Doan, drop pass to Dahlin, back up top to Doan. Far side, Doan finds Quinn. Quinn takes another shot, deflected in front of the net. That one doesn't reach the goalie. Back to the point to Dahlin. Dahlin, back up top to Tage. Behind the back pass to Dahlin, back up top to Tage. Tage, toe drag shot. That one blocked, and Penguins' feet, and that one's going to be sent all the way down. So only 30 seconds to go on this power play. Another failed opportunity. They're so hesitant to shoot, though. That was better, but another missed opportunity, it appears. Drop pass to McLeod. Up top to Tuck. And Tuck's pinned along the boards immediately. And it gets cleared, and that'll be the end of the power play. So 8 minutes to go in the second. Maybe this could start some momentum, though. They had a couple nice chances, but again, it just one and done. Shot and wide. Missing the net. Oslin now with some speed, cycles it around. Back to the point to Power. Power, his pass somehow finds Byram's stick on the opposite point. Byram skates it in, but it's turned over and now turned back over to Rose, and he takes a shot. Blocked in front of the net by Byram, though. So a couple times this game, Sabres have blocked their own shots. Oslin along the board. Sabres absolutely need the next goal. Can't go down 4-1. Carlson gets it into the Sabres' end. Nice positioning by him to guard that puck from Roseanne, who was all over him. Roseanne backhands it off the boards, and nice hustle by Kozak, but takes a bad bounce. Could be a delayed offsides, so he'll have to touch up. Sabres are changing anyway, getting that fourth line on the ice. It's turned over, down low. Kozak gets a stick on it, but it exits the zone. And Byram will play it in. A bouncer goes wide. Oh boy, and Malenstein's going at it. We got a... Don't know who that was, but a Penguins player down on the ice had Malenstein's stick. Wasn't letting him get up. Here comes Samuelsson all the way in and gets back checked just before he was about to take a shot on net. But a good job by Samuelson to get the play in. Malenstein behind the net, gets it out in front. Krebs just misses the far corner at a wide open net. Another chance in front of the net for the Sabres. They're just not finishing. Thompson from the point. That one goes wide. Kesselring puck jumps over his stick. Kesselring having a rough go at it tonight. Krebs with a nice hit, and the Sabres got to start playing with the speed the rest of the game. Puck delayed offsides. Now they touch up on it. Backhand pass gets intercepted. And now Kesselring in his own end cycles it around. Sabres get it in. Toe drag shot gets blocked. Downloaded Tuck as Thompson in front of the net, and he fumbles it. He couldn't hang on to it. Would have been a one-on-one chance with the goalie again, but Thompson, for the third time this game, misses it. 2-on-1 back the other way. Crosby's pass goes into the skates of Byram. Good positioning by him. So back and forth. Here we go. This is usually what happens when a lead gets to 2 or more in the NHL. The desperate team starts pushing up, and we get odd man rushes back the other way if it doesn't work out. Byram's pass goes up. It's going to be an icing. Face-off coming in the Sabres' end. Like I said, I've actually never been to Duff's. I don't live in that area where Duff's would be my main choice. I've never had Duff's. I've heard very mixed reviews. A lot of people have said it's kind of gone a little bit down in recent times, but shot off the faceoff goes wide behind the net. Byram gets it to McLeod. McLeod backhand pass gets turned over. Just another dumb decision. The Sabres are just not taking the easy passes to exit the zone today. McLeod now gets it to Tuck finally. He'll sauce one in, but him and Power not on the same frame there. And Rust will take it. He'll get it delayed offsides, and they will call it offsides. 4:33 to go in the second. Sabres down 3-1. We'll go to commercial. A different style of hockey we're seeing tonight from the Sabres, from what they've been doing recently. They just don't seem to be on the same page tonight with each other, and a lot of chances in front of the net where they're just one bounce away. Puck's jumping at the last second. They got open looks that they're just missing the top corners of the net, missing point shots. That's going to have to change. Yeah, Jacob Bryson, not the guy for the job tonight, it appears. Again, a loss tonight would put the Sabres only 5 points in the wild card here. Just looking who else plays tonight. Let's take a look for scores. Devils and Islanders 1-1. Flyers are losing to the Senators 1-0. Rangers are down to Carolina. Good news is Florida is losing 2-0 to Tampa Bay. The Capitals are up 3-0 though on Nashville, so they will win. And as of right now, the Capitals are, let's see, 63. So they'd go up to 65, and they have much more games played. So not really caring about them. We'd still be in a good spot, right? We'd still be the first wild card with a loss tonight. The Bruins would have the same amount of games played, but we'd be a point above them. So a missed opportunity, yes, but not the end of the world against a red-hot Penguins team as well. Coming off a tough stretch in Florida. There's a turnover, and McLeod will take it to center ice, gets it up to Quinn. Quinn backhands it the rest of the way. It's certainly been the weakness of this team this year, puck possession, right? When they're when they're jumpy with the puck, it's tough to come back from that. And you got guys like Jack Quinn who can't really handle the puck. Speaking of Quinn, he got it, and a bank pass would have had Zucker on a breakaway, but it was offsides. Good chance there, but once again, puck jumping at the last second to prevent a chance for the Sabres. And Zucker's barking at the referee, but looked offsides from the TV angle. Sabres definitely look aggravated on the bench, but they got to stick with it, right? Got to keep getting shots on net. And one bounce could get them right back in the game. That faceoff's all the way back deep in the Sabres end. Lindy Ruff puts out the fourth line, and they lose the faceoff. Shea up top. Chinnikov. His shot. Oh, deflected. Lyon sits down on the puck, and they blow the whistle. Dangerous situation, but the puck stayed out. Wow. Weird deflection there. Lyon was able to stay with it. So even in a game where Lions allowed 3 goals on 13 shots, he still had a lot of good saves this game. Sabres just giving up a lot of high-danger opportunities, not blocking shots like they usually do. That's huge Lindy Ruff emphasis. It was Byram and Power sitting in front of the net. This time the Sabres win the draw. Thompson on the faceoff. Power spins back behind his net. Byram, his outlet pass is going to be on net, and it'll be held there. So a little bit lucky there on that bounce, and the Sabres will have an offensive zone draw now. 3:25 to go in the second. Just a frustrating game for the Sabres all around tonight. Whole lot of chances. They could easily, I mean, there were about 6 chances where they had empty nets, and they just weren't able to pick up the puck. Plenty of time left to go, right? Hopefully you could get at least one here before the period ends. Sabres win the draw. Back to Byram. Byram works his way around. Backhands it in front of the net. Oh, and they just hit it wide. That was Doan in front of the net. Now it's pinned along the near boards. The near corner. Thompson gets it. Plays it to Tuck. Tuck takes a shot, and once again, just picking the outside corner of the net just a little bit wide. Doan, nifty play around 1, nifty play around 2. He keeps it in the zone. What a job by Doan. Doan gets it over to Power. Power, shot on net. Oh, and Tuck following through. Another chance. Just couldn't stay with the puck, though. Thompson now. His pass couldn't get to Doan, and the Penguins will clear, and they'll be able to change. Sabres try to go up quick. No icing there. Tuck trips the goalie or got tripped behind the net. I don't know what they're going to call here. It's going to be a penalty on the Sabres somehow. So Tuck gets tripped behind the net, and they're going to call him tripping the goaltender. So not what the Sabres needed there. Alex Tuck once again. Penalty in a bad time. Something he struggled with in his Sabres tenure. Sabres have to touch this one up here. And now they will with 2:06 to go in the period. So Penguins will get their first power play, which honestly might be a blessing in disguise. I don't know how that's a penalty on Tuck. Silov stuck his leg out and tripped Tuck behind the net. That might be one of the worst calls I've seen all season long. But the Sabres power play is amongst the best in the league, and in a game like this, maybe that's where you get your offensive chance, maybe a breakaway or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe this is what they needed. Well, we will see, but again, would be lucky to get out of the period only down 2 now. A very frustrating game so far. Good news is if they lose this one, they're off for a couple weeks, right? So we don't have to really dwell on it. First penalty kill can get them back into this game here. First opportunity today. Sabres power play certainly didn't do that. 0 for 3, and 2 of the 3 power plays were negatives. Just completely took all the momentum they had away. The Sabres penalty kill has been able to keep them in games this whole season long, though, so hopefully they are able to do that as well this go around. They're promoting those Olympic jerseys. The Olympics will be fun. Very excited to see NHL players back in action. Makes them worth watching, where we don't have to watch Team USA led by 40-year-old Brian Giunta anymore. Sabres penalty kill, 9th in the league. Penguins power play 3rd, so their power play and penalty kill, both top 3. Penguins win the draw, and they immediately get it set up. Look how easy it is for these teams to get it set up, right? Quick passes. They have guys that can hold on to the puck. And I say this every night. It doesn't matter what unit it is. Just make the Sabres power play look terrible. Crosby down low. Malkin in front. Blockered away by Lyon. Samuelson drops the stick. Down low. Crosby shot. That one goes wide. Good save. And now he bobbles it at the blue line. And good stick by McLeod. And he's going to be able to beat Carlson for the puck. Oh, no. He's not, but there's a chance that almost breakaway for McLeod. At the end of his shift, though, he'll change. 1:10 to go here on this power play. Samuelson chases it into the corner. Oslin playing the point on this penalty kill. He'll take Tuck's spot on the penalty kill. Good stick by Power. I think that's Samuelson still out there. Yeah, it is Samuelson. Shot blocked by Oslin and blocked again by Oslin. Good job, doubled. And Samuelson chips it out of play off a Penguin stick. 44 seconds to go. We'll have another face-off, but so far so good for this penalty kill. If they can kill this off, maybe that gives them a little bit of momentum going into the 3rd at least. These home games are starting to mimic the kind we had during the drought. Still in the drought. Until we're out of the drought, I'm not going to believe anything I see with this team because it's the Sabres. I've been fooled before. Crosby up top to Malkin, back to Carlson. Carlson, wrist shot. That one loose in front of Lyon. Good tie up in front. And the Sabres will clear it out to center ice, and that's as far as it'll go. But 17 seconds to go in the power play, 20 seconds to go in the period. 10 seconds now in the penalty kill. Penguins regroup for one more rush. There's the turnover. You got to look for Tuck coming out of the box here, but Byram just pins it along the boards, and he'll try to end the period with it, and that he does. End of the second. 3-1. All right. Not the worst. I'll see you guys for the 3rd. Alrighty, it is time for the third period. Sabres gonna need a lot here in the third period. Down 2 goals. Penguins have been a good team all season long. Gonna have to give everything they got. No reason to save any energy, as all but 2 players will have a few weeks off after this game. We'll see what they are able to do. Gonna try a new strategy for this third period. We got the old-fashioned slug hat. We're gonna put that one on and hope it leads to some Sabres goals. Sabres gonna need one quick, because you absolutely cannot afford to go down by 3. 3 goals would be their detriment. But see what they're able to do here. Out of all the years I've watched the Sabres, this one ranks probably at least in the top 3 of confidence level to come back in a game like this. So we'll see if they're able to put some pucks in the net again. A plethora of chances in front of the net. It just seems they can't settle the puck today like they have in recent games. They just, nothing's going right for them in front of the net. A couple looks for Krebs today, a couple looks for Tage today. Byram and Power had great chances, one-on-one with the goalie. Just can't pick the corners today. And then the power plays have almost been to their dismay, because it's just 2 wasted minutes, and that's 6 of the 40 minutes played so far have been their power play just doing nothing. They're coming back from commercial break now. Game's off after today. Sabres have moved Doan up to the top line here, trying to generate some offense. It'll be Doan, Thompson, and Tuck. Penguins win the draw. Rust immediately shoots one of the Sabres bench, so 5 seconds wasted in this period. We'll restart. Penguins win that draw. It's batted in behind Lyon. Picked up by Samuelson. Samuelson backhand pass to center ice. Gets it to Tuck. Tuck. Nice pass to Thompson. Thompson loses it, but he's able to work it into the corner now. He'll play it behind the net to Tuck. Tuck pins it along the near boards. Doan into the corner. Doan spins it around, but Thompson's no longer in that corner, and the Penguins will ice the puck. So a good shift for the Sabres there. Still 19:24 to go in this period, but yeah, again, you're probably going to need a goal before the 7-minute mark if you want to have a chance in this game, and that's all preventing Penguins from scoring as well. So tall task for the Sabres, down 2. McLeod loses the draw. Penguins clear. Byram turns it over to Crosby. Crosby works it in on McLeod. Now Power. His pass, not quite on the stick of McLeod, but he makes it work. McLeod using some of that speed to get around Chinnikov and marches through almost everybody, but the Penguins finally able to take it away from him, and they'll start back the other way. Chinnikov, bad pass, but it works out for him. Malkin takes a shot. Good save there. And a trip. Sabres will go to the power play with 18:46. Owen Power draws the penalty. It'll be Malkin's 2nd penalty of the night. Sabres going to their 4th power play, and a must-goal situation here. Out Lions staying with that play. Malkin a little frustrated after he got his stick in Power's skates. And yep. Didn't take much to take power down there, but got his stick under his blade, and that's going to do it every time. Here we go. Sabres power play. Face off one, back to Doan. Up top to Dahlin. Over to Quinn. Quinn down low. They try to find Zucker in the bumper spot. Now they backhand it back to Tage, and they're just not taking their shots. Quinn now back to the point, rifles one to Dahlin, just keeps it in. Cross to Doan. His pass doesn't get over to Dahlin and back out of the zone. This power play is just brainwashed. They just refuse to take their looks. Quinn, nice move to enter the zone. They drop it back to Tage, and they get it set up yet again back to Dahlin. Dahlin backhand to Quinn there. Quinn down low to Tage. Tage scores! What a shot! Gets it over the shoulder there, and Tage Thompson, finally a Sabres player on the power play, takes it right to the net instead of trying to cross crease through three guys. A much needed goal for the Sabres less than 2 minutes into this period puts them right back in the game, 3-2. Finally. We'll take a look at this one again. Just put it right over the shoulder, hugged the crossbar the whole way across the goal line, and then a beautiful shot by Tage Thompson. And if that's the last thing he does this game, he'll head into the Olympics on a goal streak. A beautiful goal to take into that Olympic break for him. There we go. 30th goal of the season for Tage Thompson. See if the Sabres get a little bit of energy after that, too. Keep it going. Penguins clear it back behind Lyon. Another Sabres player gets taken down. This time, no penalty. Power. Looking for an outlet pass. He's going to bank it over to Osland. Osland to Hellenius. Hellenius, his pass intercepted there. Now it's given back to Power. Power finds Hellenius, and once again, can't handle the puck, so Hellenius having a rough go at it tonight as well. He turns it over in front of his net, but Penguins were getting a change anyway, and the Sabres will do the same as Byram will hold it in his own end. Now Byram, his pass to Kozak. No ice, good hustle by Kozak. The Penguins will carry 3 to center. 3-on-2. Now a 2-on-1 back the other way. A shot. Good save by Lyon. I think it ended up out of play. So Samuelson able to fend that one off, but a dangerous situation there. Sabres pressing a little bit too much. Almost ended up as a 2-on-1. And yeah, I can't tell if it went off. Let's see. Did it just go off Samuelson sticking out of play? Looks like it. Yep. And off, ended up off the mask of Lyon. As Brazeau. McLeod on the faceoff, plays it back to Dahlin, gets it over to Quinn. Quinn 3-on-2 back the other way if the Sabres hurry. Quinn, nice pass to McLeod. McLeod had Zucker in front of the net, but instead he backhands it behind the net. That is not going to work out for him. Zucker now has it pinned. Zucker double teamed along the boards. McLeod behind the net. Quinn will chase after it, and he'll have a little bit of space in the near corner. Tries to play it down low, but the Penguins all over that one. Knew exactly what the Sabres were going to try to do, and they'll have a little bit of time to exit the zone now if they want to. Turnover, though. Nobody really wants it in the corner. Now the Penguins finally get it out, and Samuelson's got to hustle back to avoid a breakaway. It's Brazeau again, I think. Samuelson, nice hit along the boards. And now Doan. He'll chip it out towards center ice, and the Sabres will complete their change, as will the Penguins. Kulak off the stick, plays it back behind Lyon. Kesselring gets it to Doan. Doan, nice pass to Tage, or Tuck, backhand to Tage, spinorama. Oh, and Byram was way up in the play, and now back the other way, 2-on-1. Doan chasing it back, backhand pass, and it's going to be a penalty on the Sabres. Kesselring going to the box, covering his guy on the 2-on-1. It's going to be a hook. Let's take a look at the replay here. It looked like a little bit of a weak call, but Crosby on the backhand pass across and had his stick in there on Rust. I don't know about that penalty. So 15:47 to go. Sabres penalty kill, though. They did their job before. Hopefully they can do it again. Maybe gain a little bit of momentum from this. But the Penguins' power play still third in the league. Tough group to fend off. The Sabres could just get a point from this game. That would be awesome. The way this game's gone. But Carlson back at the point, and the Penguins' power play will get to work. Shot right in. That one wide. And Penguins are somehow able to keep it in the zone. It looked like McLeod was going to have a zone entry, or zone exit, but did not. Now Malkin along the far boards. Has Carlson open up at the point. Crosby also down low. Carlson's going to fake a shot. Malkin takes a shot. That one held on to by Lyon. 1:35 to go in the penalty. So far, so good. That's what the Sabres penalty kill does. They just kind of keep these teams cycling along the outside. And a majority of the goals that do come against this penalty kill, they're just kind of redirections. They really try to avoid goals like Tage just had on the Sabres power play where they just kind of walk in. Rust, clear lane. That shot goes wide. Crosby keeps it in. Quick pass back to the point. Carlson up top. Crosby again. That went off the glove and wide. So dangerous power play here. Kozak plays it to Malenstein, and he'll slap the rest of the way down the ice. 1:17 to go in the penalty. Carlson chases back after it. Sabres will be able to get a change. Carlson does the old drop pass to Crosby. Rust along the near boards. Tries to get it back to Crosby, but the Sabres are all over that. Now McLeod gets it, almost out, but Carlson keeps it in. There's a wrist shot right on, held by Lyon. Another good save by him, a clear lane shot. 53 seconds to go in this penalty. We'll have another face-off. Penguins win the draw. Carlson up top. Try to get in the bumper slot for Kindle, but they're unable to, and the Sabres will clear it. 44 seconds to go. Both teams change. Penguins will get their second power play unit out there. Sabres will get their top penalty kill unit back out there, you'd have to assume. 30 seconds now on the penalty. Down low to Chinnikov. Byram plays that one, and his wrist shot is going to end up going all the way back down. 20 seconds now. Maybe time for one more zone entry for the Penguins. Chinnikov, he's going to try the old wraparound. He's going to end up pinned along the far boards. I think it's going to work out for the Penguins. Let's see if they get it back to the point or not. Nope, it's going to end up on the stick of Dahlin, and here comes Kozak. Sabres 2-on-1 out of the box. It's Kesselring. Kozak throws it to the middle, and the net flies off. A crazy play in front of the net. That was Beck Malenstein that hurtled into the net. Mantha, I believe that's Hayes in there. No, it's who else is in there? I think that's Brazeau, I believe. Hopefully no penalty on the Sabres there. But a great opportunity for the Sabres right after the power play expired. We'll go to commercial break here. 13:39 to go in the third. So Sabres have gotten themselves back in this game. Just got to kind of ride the storm here. Nashville's coming back on the Capitals. That would be huge if they could beat them, but they're still losing 3-2. Florida's definitely going to lose tonight to the Lightning, which is good. Ottawa is up on the Flyers 1-0, which is not great, but also not a terrible thing either. It is what it is. I don't think we're going to have any penalties out of that. We've seen a lot of nets coming off in Sabres games these last couple games. That was our first one of the day today. This one was not a scummy move or anything, and obviously Malenstein just collided with the goalie, creating that one. Yeah, Jason, I completely agree. It's tough being a Buffalo sports fan, but at least with the Sabres in this game, for the first time in years at this point in the season, a loss doesn't really, hurt us as bad as it once did. It still would suck to lose this game, but we'd still be in a decent spot. Of course, you want to win every game, but this isn't like an end of the year must win game or a playoff game, right? We can still lose this game, still be 5 points on the good side of the cutoff line. We're back from the commercial. I don't think we're going to have any penalty. We take a look at this again. Kozak slid it to the front of the net. And yeah, Brazeau. So Brazeau collided with the goaltender, and Malenstein got slung along for the ride. They're going to push the faceoff outside the zone. Interesting decision there. I don't know how you fathom that one when a Penguins player took the net off, but that's what it is. Thompson on the faceoff against Kevin Hayes. And Hayes gets the best of him that time. Breakout pass. Quick shot fanned on, and it's loose in front. Backhand. Just wide. I don't know if Lyon got a stick on that or if he just missed the net, but dangerous play there. Sabres survive it. Samuelson now. Bank pass to center ice. Doan tries to get on it. Now it's turned over to Thompson, but not much space, and the Penguins will just play it safely back into their corner. Deflected off the top of the glass and out of play. Faceoff will be coming back towards the Penguins' end. Got a Habs fan in here. Welcome to the chat. The refs are going to talk about this, where they're going to put the faceoff. Take a look at the replay on this as well. Yeah, 47 years of pain, misery, and suffering as a Buffalo sports fan. Not fun. So they're going to say no delay a game penalty because it went off his stick. They're saying, of course, the NHL won't show us the replay. McLeod will have the faceoff against Kindle. McLeod loses that one. And they'll go down by Lyon. Lyon plays it to Power. Power, nice spin move behind his own net. But it gets as far as center ice and all the way back. And they call offsides. No offsides. It was close, but no offsides. And now a turnover back the other way comes Pittsburgh. 3-on-3. Nice pass there. It's loose in front of Lyon. You got to get it out of the danger zone there, and they do. Nice backhand pass to get it out. Byram, and he slows down for no reason at the blue line, and they go offsides. Bad zone entry there, but maybe not the worst thing to get a change after that defensive breakdown. 12:29 at the time of the whistle. Yeah, the Atlantic is absolutely berserk this year. You compare that to the Pacific, it is heads and tails difference. Sabres have the kid line. Oslin, Roseanne, and Hollanus against Crosby, Mantha, and Russ. Sabres won the draw, though, and they're going to swing it around the net. Roseanne in. Now Hellenus against Crosby in the corner, and the Penguins able to clear. Not the ideal matchup you'd want if you're the Sabres, I'd have to think. I don't know why Lindy sent this group out there against the Penguins' first line, but a good play by Samuelson to bump Mantha off the puck. Roseanne can't handle it, though, and it gets chipped into the corner. And the Sabres kids line, they've really been struggling lately to hold on to the puck. Just confidence is not there right now. Here comes Roseanne. Roseanne takes a shot, and that went off the shoulder and wide. You always get a little hope when you see the puck behind the net, but that one pops up for Rose. And again, that shot, pad save. Osland around to the point. Back down low to Osland. Osland down low to Roseanne, but he can't hang on to it. He backhands it to nobody. That's picked off, and Roseanne a couple of good looks, but the Penguins back the other way. Samuelson, another good stick. Sabres line's probably getting tired now, though. Penguins were able to get a change. Loose out in front, and good job by the Sabres to clear that one out. Hellenis now gets it down low to Thompson. Thompson one-on-one, trying to make a guy miss. Oh, what a play! No penalty? You got to be kidding me. A good save. Thompson around the defender, but what a save, and I don't know how that's not a penalty. Wow, what a save. Whew. Thompson almost right around, and he's getting held on to. No penalty. Tried to go backhand over the pad. Wow. Unbelievable save there. And Tage unable to lift the puck. If he was able to get it on the edge of his backhand, that was an easy goal to put it over the pad, but just kind of fanned on it. Down low, Tuck got knocked down, and Penguins player lost his stick, though, so Tuck will keep the puck. Kesselring, and his shot gets blocked, and 3-on-2 back the other way for the Penguins, but turned over. Good heads-up play by Tage. Now the Penguins send it. Lyon gloves it down, and he's just going to hold on to it. And Sabres can't do anything dumb here, too. You can't be pressing too hard. Still got 10:41 to go as the whistle blows. But wow, what an opportunity for Thompson. He's had about 4 chances tonight. He's only got the 1 goal. Sabres going to make a late change here before the whistle. Kesselring on that shot that ended up going back the other way got blocked. He's been having a tough game, tough go at it. Him and Bryson. I would assume Bryson's not going to get too many more minutes the rest of this game. Good play by Byram to get it outside the zone. Quinn chopping away at it, gets it up to Zucker. Zucker looking for someone in front of the net. He finds Dahlin, who's jumped into the play. But his pass can't go anywhere near. But it's played down low to Zucker. Zucker behind the net. There's a quick shot. Good save. Played off into the corner. Back to Byram. Byram holds on to it at the point. Gets it to Zucker. Oh, not a whole lot of space there. And it gets played outside the zone. I'm not sure what Byram was doing there. He probably should have shot that one right away. He held on to it way too long. Now Byram will have it with space in his own end. Up to McLeod. McLeod in with speed to Quinn. Quinn back to McLeod. Drop pass to Quinn. Quinn, you got to be careful there. He gets taken down, and it's going to be a breakaway the other way. No, Byram, good speed to get the puck. I'm not sure if Quinn fell down or if he was tripped, but no call nevertheless. Up to Zucker. He gets taken down, no penalty. Here comes Kozak. Kozak waiting for some help. Turns. And oh, boy. Krebs goes into the goalie, and it's going to be a goaltender interference call. And here we go. They're starting to fight. Krebs, and is that Clifton? Clifton hitting Krebs a few times. Clifton crushing Krebs right now. Now Krebs with a couple rights, but Clifton puts him to the ground. Clifton dominates the fight with Krebs. The initial penalty was, I believe, goaltender interference. Krebs went barreling into the goalie. So let's see what the penalty is. Maybe they'll even it up if they give Clifton a penalty for starting the fight. We'll find out when we come back from commercial break. But if that's a penalty just on Krebs, an absolutely bonehead move, just flying into the goalie for no reason. At least this game's getting interesting towards the end here, but Krebs is known to have some really dumb penalties at the end of games, and that would certainly be one if they don't get Clifton with a roughing call as well. Trying to look here before it comes back on if anyone's updated it. Right now I'm seeing 2 minutes each, but who knows if that is accurate. Sabres are going to get an extra 2-minute penalty here, so it's going to be a Penguins power play, I believe. So Peyton Krebs, what are you doing? Far too often we see this with Krebs. We'll see for sure though. Maybe they evened it out. Let's see. Yeah, faceoff's going in the Sabres end, so I think the Penguins are going to have a power play here. Peyton Krebs playing his way off the team. Served the 2-minute penalty. I just don't know what Krebs is doing there. Just not even looking. Just runs right into the goalie in the crease. So dumb. Well, if the Penguins score on this one, you can blame Peyton Krebs for not giving them a chance. I mean, that is just as bad as it gets. Not the time to be doing that kind of play. The Sabres were getting a little bit of momentum there too before that happened, but if they're able to kill this off, they'll still have plenty of time to get that tying goal. Faceoff's played back to the point, and Tuck almost jumps it. That would have been nice, but isn't able to. Now Samuelsson has it along the boards, and Tuck will slap it the rest of the way down. Good start to this penalty kill. A tough penalty kill to stop. Carlson brings it in with speed. He's just going to take it all the way in the zone. Now he looks to drop it back, and it goes back to the point. And just so quick moving the puck on this power play. Good stick by McLeod, but they keep it in the zone. Back to Carlson at the point. Carlson over to Russ. Slap shot. Oh, loose in front, but Tuck's going to grab that one, and he will wrist it all the way down the ice. Sabres will go for a change. 1:15 to go in the penalty kill. And just keeping the Penguins to the outside, getting the sticks in the passing lane, not letting anyone get too close to Lyon. That one couldn't get in the zone, and the Sabres will slap it back down the ice. Now an even minute to go in the penalty kill. Malkin will bring it up for the Penguins. Malkin plays it in the corner. You got to watch out. You don't want an interference call there. And the puck goes into the bench. So they're going to have a defensive zone draw, unfortunately, for the Sabres with 46 seconds to go in the power play for the Penguins. Just a frustrating game all the way around for the Sabres, but still in it. Still got a battle here. Shots are 25-23 right now in favor of the Penguins. Novak and McLeod on the faceoff. Novak wins it back to Shea. But Byram gets it right off the first pass Shea had and slaps it down the ice. So Shea will do the breakout here for the Penguins. He'll look up ice to Chinnikov. Chinnikov plays it around. A miscommunication there, and it slides all the way back into the Penguins' end. 20 seconds to go now on the penalty. Peyton Krebs up in the penalty box, eager to come out and hope that he didn't blow the game. Novak brings it across the line. Played across into the corner. They're going to get it set up one more time. 4 seconds to go. Pass off a skate. Krebs out of the box, but Penguins still have pressure in the zone. Power unable to get that one out. Oh, dangerous in front. Or actually, not Krebs coming out if it's Doan, because he was serving the 2-minute. Krebs will be in there for another 3. Or another 5. Sabres get it out. They do a quick change, but Penguins quickly back in the zone. That one right on net. Good job by Lyon to stay with it. Now Doan. Good pass up to Tage. Tage, toe drag, puts it through the legs of the defender, but couldn't get it on net. So getting by the first guy, but that's it for Tage. Penguins back in with pressure. 6:40 to go in the game. Good stick by Dome, but it ends up going the wrong way. Good save by Lyon. Hard shot there, and Austin will use his speed to get it out to the red line, and that's where he'll get taken down. No call there. Chipped up. Dahlin, backhand pass. That's too far for Thompson, and he'll finish his change. 6:14 to go. Penguins will spend some time in their own end with Carlson surveying the ice. Back up top to Carlson now. Gets it up to the red line and cycles it around. Kesselring will try to cut that one off, and he does. Gets it to Power, but his pass goes nowhere. McLeod couldn't hang on to that one. Now Crosby back in with space. Crosby takes a shot. Blocker saved. Sabres back up the other way now. Power getting involved in the offense. Gets it across the blue line. No, he doesn't. He goes off sides again. Owen Power does. Or that was Quinn, actually. Quinn went offside, but no, it was Power. Okay, Power, every time he goes in, he just takes so long to get over the blue line. I don't know what he doesn't get. You go in over the blue line, then you could slow down to wait for a pass. Every time he just stops at the blue line and people go off sides. And plays the game at a college speed. He is just infuriating to watch play hockey. Always got the right idea, always a second too slow, or a second off. It is just nonstop with this guy. But Penguins no longer on the power play, so we're at commercial here. Sabres are going to have just under 6 minutes to get this done. Maybe they can reverse the last game against Tampa Bay and score late and then win it in overtime. Who knows? But Sabres would definitely take a point tonight if they were able to tie it up. Yeah, I haven't seen Jacob Bryson on the ice for a majority of this third period, as you could assume the way he's played tonight. A tough change of momentum there after that dumb penalty taken by Peyton Krebs. Just something you can't do at the NHL level. You can't just blindly run into a goaltender late in a game. You got to know where you're at. So we're coming back from commercial now. Showing a Tage Thompson interview before the game. Speaking of Tage Thompson, he'll be on the faceoff here just outside the Penguins' end against Crosby. And over the blue line, Crosby ends up winning it. But it's going to be an icing. Dahlin touches up, 5:36 to go. There's a good chance for the Sabres. Offensive zone draw upcoming. Sabres will leave the same group of guys out there. Their top line, top defensive pairing. These guys will probably see the next 3 out of the next 5 minutes. Thompson loses the draw again, and Carlson swings it around. That one chipped out. Dahlin at his own blue line will settle it down. Up top, almost given away by Samuelson. He's going to end up getting it back. Plays it to Tuck. Tuck. Down low to Dahlin. Drop pass to Doan. Doan brings it in with speed. Around the net. Oh, played out in front. Again, trying to bank it off a Penguins player into the net. Been doing that all game. Played with a high stick, so the Penguins will just head to the bench instead of trying to touch up Dahlin. Long pass there to Tage. He'll just end up playing it back to Samuelsson. Thompson at the blue line. No space, really. He'll go off for a change. Zucker will chase it deep in the zone, but Shea's got plenty of time. Now I guess he doesn't. Zucker hits him. And McLeod will play it down low. But the referee kind of in the way there. It's going to cost the Sabres puck possession. Quinn chases it back. Byram turns it over. Penguins wait for a shooting lane right out in front. They score. Novak's going to get that one for the Penguins. And that'll pretty much seal the deal here. Bad giveaway by the Sabres, and Jack Quinn just not hustling back for that one. Ended up costing them. And then, yep, Jack Quinn and Owen Power just coasting at the blue line. Unfortunate bounce off Byram, and Lyon wasn't able to get there in time. A weaker game from Alex Lyon today, just not staying with the puck. In close goal. th goal of the season for Thomas Novak. But game was pretty much over after that Krebs penalty. I mean, that's got to be one of the final straws for Krebs. He is just a liability at this point on this team. Him, Quinn. Tough to watch these guys play every night. That one goes into the Sabres bench. 4:22 to go. Still a slight chance, right? You got to look to pull the goalie soon now. But Sabres fans definitely got to lower their expectations. This team is not, you know, a 110-point team. It's not going to happen. Just gotta make the playoffs this year, right? That's the goal. And Washington's going to win too. So yeah, Sabres 5 points in on the good side after tonight with the loss, but Sabres touch it up. It's going to be a shot. Blockered into the corner. Oslin back to the point. Byram has a lane. There's a chip. Oh, a good save. Wow. That was power all the way in the offensive zone. 2-on-1 back the other way for the Penguins. There's a shot. Lyon stays with it again. And Byram, and they blow it dead. I don't know why. It was loose, but don't know what they're saying. It was touched by a high stick or something. I think that's what they are saying. It was batted down by a high stick and then touched, so it'll come outside of the zone. 3:37 to go here in the third. You could tell right after the Penguins got their first goal that this game was not going to go well for the Sabres. Just didn't have the same speed they usually do. It happens. Dahlin Samuelsson behind his own net. Cycles back, and there goes Alex Lyon to the bench. Oh, nice move by Dahlin. Almost skated through everyone, wasn't able to. Now the Penguins have the puck behind their own net. Crosby with space. No icing. It'll get played back for Tuck, and the Sabres got to hurry here. 3 minutes down by 2. Tuck around the net, but Sabres not really near the puck. They do keep it in momentarily. They'll be into the corner for Doan. Doan in front of Tage. Tuck. Again, they just keep cross-creasing pucks into 4 defenders. I don't understand the philosophy behind these passes. All night tonight, they're trying to make impossible passes instead of just getting the puck on the net. Terrible decision-making. Back in their own end, McLeod gets it into the zone. Back up top. That's Oslin. Back to the point. Byram to Power. Back to Byram. Up top to Quinn. The Penguins are more than okay letting the Sabres just waste the clock. Thompson shot right on, held, saved. 2:08, we'll have a whistle. So if the Sabres could get a goal before like a minute, I mean, you're still in the game. They've been getting some good pressure here with the goalie pulled. Still have that second unit out there, though, so I wouldn't expect anything. McLeod loses the faceoff again. Rosé and shot goes wide. Quinn with some space in the corner up top to Power. Back to Quinn. Quinn gets a shot, and that one, hops up, but wide. Now Quinn can't handle the puck. Oh, he is just so weak. An empty net chance by Kindle. Off the post. Or side of the net. 1:30 to go now in the game. Power to center ice. Gets it in. He's just going to take it all the way. Rosé takes a shot. Glove save. Another beautiful save. Really wishing Stuart Skinner was in there tonight. We got a Penguins penalty coming up, though. Mantha to the box. But 1:29 to go. You need 2 goals. Yeah, I keep reminding myself, can't get too mad. Sabres still in a really good spot. It's a good team. You'll take 3 out of 6 points against these 3 going into the break, but it's just should have had that Tampa Bay game. It's a tough one to lose. So Sabres call their timeout. Seth Appert's genius mind telling the Sabres probably to drop pass it and pass it into the skates of the Penguins players. I hope this recent little downstretch for the Sabres is a great reminder to Yarmo that this team absolutely needs to make trades at the deadline. They are very far from a true cup contender, even though they've played like it. I mean, they are still very weak at spots that have been kind of overlooked because of the greatness of other spots, including a faceoff guy. They absolutely need someone that can be reliable to win you faceoffs. Zucker will be on the draw, and he loses it. I don't know why Zucker continues to take these faceoffs in the offensive zone. He does not win a single one. So that'll waste a bunch of time. Sabres back in their own end. Dahlin now. 6-on-4. Thompson skates it in. Tuck behind the net. To Quinn. 1 minute to go now. Dahlin takes a shot. That one deflected just wide. Don't in front of the net. Zucker back to the point. It's bouncing on Dahlin. And just like rookie Dahlin pops over his stick. Can't hold it in. Zucker now. But running out of time. 45 seconds to go. Quinn takes a shot. And that one just goes wide. Dahlin able to keep it in momentarily. But now it gets thrown out by a hand. I don't know how that's not a penalty, but 30 seconds to go. This game is going to be over. See if the Sabres can get a pity goal, though. Doan drop pass to Tuck. Tuck takes a shot. That one goes wide. Thompson, it jumps over his stick. Back the other way. Penguins have a wide open net, and they missed it. But it'll pop right back out. They score. Kindle scores. Dahlin kicks the back of the net. 5-2 Pittsburgh. That'll end it. Well, they gave it a chance, but the Sabres just don't have anyone reliable to hang on to the puck. They all are just so willy-nilly with it. Dahlin kicking the bench as he goes in, but again, you could be angry, but you got to shake this one off, right? Dahlin kind of awkwardly went into the bench. Or not the bench, the net when he slid in. Hopefully he's all good. 5 seconds to go. And that'll end it. At the buzzer. Krebs had a shot that leaked through but did not go in. Well, Sabres 5 points in a playoff spot. Wild card 1 as they go to the break. Can't be mad. Great start to the season for the Sabres. Got to finish out strong, though. This is a tough loss, but it is what it is. It is what it is. 25 games to go after tonight. Thank you guys for joining this one. On the way out, hit a like and subscribe. We'll be back, hopefully for some Olympic content. If not, we'll be back at the end of February. I'll see you guys next time.